Okay. Maybe. Let's try again. All right. I think we're good. We're going to pretend the first few seconds of this stream hadn't happened, and we're going to start over. So, what's up, everyone? My name is KFO, and welcome to KFormify, where I KFormify you into KFO's way of thinking. Hopefully, it'll work this time, because it wasn't the computer, it was my internet, which is supposed to be really good internet. So let's try again. All right. Just going to get into this. I'm taking a personality test. I thought it'd be a fun and easy way to kick off Test Tuesdays. It wasn't supposed to be a live stream, but I actually got to go to dinner with my mom tonight, which was really nice. So let's just try again. Get on into this. Let's find out who KFO is. This is the 16 personalities quiz, which I've seen a lot of people take, and it looks really interesting. So it's kind of a fun way to find out who I am. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. So, you find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. I'm gonna say kind of yes. Now, just to kind of give you some insight, it does not want you to put neutral. So I have to make a kind of decision on all of these questions, and some of them I'm pretty sure are gonna get kind of difficult to answer. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna make it work. I want to find out who I am in reality. So let's just do the thing. Now, the reason I say I kind of agree with this, though I am able to be extroverted, I, in my opinion, am primarily introverted, because after I hang out with people, I just need to kind of pull back and just kind of re-energize myself, because I lose so much energy. It takes so much of my energy to physically interact with people. Not to say that I don't love people and I don't like hanging out with people, but I just need to recharge. And so when I try to, and I get really socially anxious all the time. So I very rarely am like, hi, I'm KFO, you want to be friends? Like, it's not what I do. It's not who I am at all, like at all. So I mean, if it's like a business scenario, like I can like walk up to someone and, you know, be like, hi, my name is Caitlin. It's nice to meet you. Here's, you know, kind of what I do. Like I can be, it's very scripted though. So I feel more prepared because it's more theater, because I have kind of a script. So I have more of what I need to do. But, yeah, I'm going to say kind of agree, maybe a little more so. So yeah. You often get so lost in thoughts that I don't need headphones because we're not using music anymore to help the internet out. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I would have to say I definitely agree, because good Lord, I can't tell you, like, someone will like be telling me a story and then like they'll say one thing and it'll send my head off onto like another entirely different tangent, which sucks because I am a good listener. But then, if, like, just out of nowhere, I'll be like, I just missed like 5 sentences. Wait, back up, wait. And I just feel bad because I'm like, can you back up? What was the last thing you heard? That thing about your dog. I said that like 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry. Like, that's just who I am. Like, I hate that about myself because I just like kind of go, oh yeah, there's a thought, let's chase it. Like, I just chase thoughts into the unknown. I don't know why, it's just what I do. So yeah, I'm gonna say I agree with that one. So you try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. Okay, with emails, definite no. Definite no. I made it. Yay. I'm glad you made it. Thank you for being here. If you guys agree or disagree with any of these answers, let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear from you and hear what you have to say about what kind of personality you have. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you think something like for this one, maybe you can't stand having a messy inbox and you're like, I need this to go away right now or I can't think of anything else. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because as much as I'm curious curious as to see who I am. I want to find out who you guys are, what you guys are like on the inside. So let me know. Just write it in the chat. Let's all talk and have discussions. So, you try to respond to your email as soon as possible. No, I do not. I really wish I did. I really wish I did. Because, I mean, I check my email, like my work email, like my KFormify email, pretty regularly, just to like be like, hey, is there like any business proposals? Like, I kind of refresh that one a bunch. But the other ones, I have one email with like thousands of emails that I just was like, junk, I don't care. So it's got like thousands of unread emails. So obviously I haven't done a very good job to get rid of that. Haven't done a very good job of that at all. So emails, I would have to say, I disagree. Now, if it's like on my phone and it's notifications, like with Twitter or Facebook, I hate that little red number that like hangs above the app symbol. I hate it. Oh, it makes me so angry. Like, not angry. It just makes me like antsy. Like, I don't. What are people saying? Like, do I need to respond right away? Or they which is not a normal good thing. Like, I shouldn't be so clingy to, I guess, Facebook and Twitter and social media. Like, it's not a good addiction. I'm trying to get off of that, but considering I do YouTube, it's really hard to get off of that. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there is some pressure. Okay. Obviously, the start of this stream was a little rough. Yesterday's stream was very rough. If it has to do with the thing I'm really passionate about, like YouTube, if things go wrong, I'm not as relaxed. Focused, yes, I get hyper focused because I need it to work. Relaxed, not so much. With other things, like other stresses, I kind of go into a F all of it mode, where I'm just like, no, I'm fine. I'm able to think of things right now because I just don't want to think about the thing. So I don't think about the thing. And even if I do think about the thing that's wrong, I'll just be like, we'll do this, this, and this. It's fine. I don't hyperventilate when it's something like that, but when it's something I really am passionate about, don't handle it very well. So I'm gonna kind of agree, but not strongly at all, because I do think that I'm able to handle most things, but if it's something I'm super passionate about, no. Mainly because YouTube is where I come to get away from all of my stress. So if that becomes my stress, it doesn't go well. Can't stand to have a messy inbox, but I get lost in thought all the time, from Thora. I know that feeling. But now I understand, like my work email, like my one at my physical job, that one I keep pristine because I want to make sure that I'm caught up on that. So I get it. Totally crack under pressure myself. I totally fly by the seat of my pants in bad situations. I feel you. I completely feel you. If it's like something like that happened on top of something else, like if like my problems from last week happened plus this, I'd probably just cancel the whole stream. Like that would be my breaking point. It's just how it goes. If my escape goes wrong on top of the thing that I can normally handle, that's when I really just kind of crack. English hard. Okay. So let's see. You do not usually initiate conversations. That's true. That's actually rather true. Even with my friends or my family, I'm just like, I mean, I don't really like me. I guess if they want to talk to me, they can talk to me, but I don't want to bother anyone. Like, that's my mindset. I know that's not the correct mindset. Believe me, I know that that's not right at all, but that is who I am. And I know that that's kind of been the reason I've lost a lot of connections over the years, is because I don't physically reach out and talk to people. Pressure is fun. Shush. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. But where was I? Yeah, I would say I've actually lost friendships and connections with people, and I think they think it's because I forget about them. I really don't. I think about people all the time, but I very rarely reach out because I'm like, well, I mean, if they haven't talked to me, it's probably because they don't want to, and I don't want to bother them, so I just won't. Like, that's what happens every time. Not the best at starting conversation, but I like having them. That's from Andrew. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that too. Like, once I'm in a conversation, especially with people I'm really close to, I can just talk to out for hours and hours and hours and hours. I have to, someone else has to start it because I'm really not going to. I will if I have to. Like, if it's like a group project and everyone's awkward, then I will. I can be extroverted when I need to be, and that's kind of a good thing. Like, I learned that in theater. I'm extroverted when I need to be, which is good. Which is good. But a lot of times when it's my personal stuff, I'm like, I'm just not gonna. So yeah, I'm gonna say I agree with that most of the time. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. That's a tough one. Rarely do something out of sheer curiosity. That would mean I don't. Okay, I would say most of the time when I'm curious about something, if it's not my business, I let it go. Like, if it's not my concern, like if it's someone else, like someone else's like things that are going on, unless it's something I can tell is something wrong, I'm not going to investigate and like behind the scenes and find out what's wrong without asking them. I'll ask them like, hey, is something wrong? And if they don't tell me, not gonna press it. Curiosity killed both the cat and myself. Haha, I get into trouble all the time because of that. I agree. Because, like, I agree that you get into trouble. Sorry, or that you do that. Like, I can see how it has hurt me in the past, but honestly, I don't get too curious of things. I get like, like, oh, how was this made? Like I'll watch like 4-hour videos on like a thing that I learned 10 minutes ago. Like I'll learn something all of a sudden. I'll be like, oh, let's learn about that thing. And I'll just start learning about that thing for a really long time. I love learning things despite not always not always pleasant result. I feel you. I 100% feel you. That's actually what happened when I started learning violin. I just kind of all of a sudden went, I'm going to learn violin. I wonder how that would be. That would be so cool. I wonder what that would be like. And then I just started learning violin. Bought a violin that night. It was not the best decision, I admit. Like, it was like I had a gift card, so I guess it wasn't as bad. But, I do stuff out of curiosity pretty often. But I would say I kind of disagree because it's pretty 50. It's not even 50-50. Most of the time, I kind of let curious things go. But if it's something stupid, like, I'm going to learn the violin. Yeah. Okay. You feel superior to other people. Nope. No, not at all. In fact, I feel a lot less than other people. But in reality, I truly and sincerely believe that we are all 100% equal. And there is nothing other than that. We are all equal. I cannot emphasize that enough. All of us are equal. Like, there is no question. There's no exception to the rule. All of us are equal. That's it. That's how it goes. That's just me. You might have a different opinion, but we're all equal. I really don't feel like there's too much to argue on that point. All of us are equal. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. No. Yeah. Oof. Past this little window that you're seeing right here, like, this side of the room's clean because I know it's going to be on camera. But if you look just past the camera, whole room is just destroyed, which is sad because I just finished like a 3-month like complete rehaul cleaning because I was like, okay, I need to get my life in order. What website is this? Oh boy. This is the the free personality test, 16 personalities. I will put a link to that in the description for you actually really quickly. Let me put that into the description. It is right below the actual description. If you refresh your page, it should be there for you now. It seems pretty fun so far. I'm kind of in the middle in that one. Being organized. I feel you, because some people are really good at being organized. I'm only organized when I absolutely have to be. Not the best thing to have. Not the best. Genius is rarely organized. Hey, thanks. I mean, it's true. I'm a mess, so maybe we'll call it genius. but I can be organized if I'm A, forced to be, B, no one else will be organized, and I have to be the one to be organized. I can be. I'm actually good at being organized when I have to be, but it's a lot of the times I'm just too lazy to be, which is not a good thing. That's just what I do. However, I do feel like being adaptable is something I hold at more value, for myself, not for anyone else. Like, you live your life the way you need to, but for me, so much happens in my life that just kind of changes on the, like, on the dot, like on the dime. I can't English. So much happens that changes on the dime for me that I have to be adaptable. I mean, I had to drop everything and come home to a different school from going to a different college for 2 years to coming home, and I had to do it within like a week's time. Like literally a week before, like, I think it was like a week or 2 weeks before the end of the semester at my old school, I was like, I have to leave. And I did. I had to drop, like, on the drop of a hat, I left. And it worked out because I'm able to make the change. So I'm going to go ahead and say kind of, because I am organized when I need to be. I am organized when I need to be. But, you know. Oh, hey, I need to clean my computer. Thanks for telling me that in the stream, computer. I'm glad you told me. You were usually highly motivated and energetic. Okay. When it's something creative and passionate, heck yeah. I am super motivated and super energetic. If it's like an art project, like a physical art project, if it's working on a YouTube video, if it's anything creative that I can just really get my hands into, I am super ready and energetic and let's do this. But everything else in my life, I like to YouTube and Netflix binge a lot. As you can tell, not a lot of energy going into that. So I'm gonna say I kind of agree, because for things that I actually put myself into, heck yeah, super energy. I'm really positive with other things, and when I'm talking to people, I'm really engaged. Yeah, energetic and motivated. But anything else, it's really hard for me to be motivated. I feel you. Especially like when I was like really depressed. Oh Lord, I couldn't even do the YouTube thing. So I mean, yeah, I completely understand. But I would definitely say most of the time, because especially lately, I have been so creatively involved, I say, because everything's been a live stream lately. But whenever I do, like, I'm able to really get my hands into a creative project, which has been a lot lately, super motivated and energetic. But as far as like, hey, Caitlin, you want to go out, maybe go for a run, or man, let's go do something really physical, like, I'll be like, or we could stay here and we could watch the newest season of Game of Thrones. I don't even know what's going on, but we could watch it. Like, I'll suggest that long before I'll go and do something energetic. I'm trying, though, really trying to start doing more energetic things, and it's going okay. It's going okay. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Oh, that's a disagree. And the reason it's not all the way disagree, though, is because if it's something that really matters, if it's a matter that's really, it could affect another person, that, like, if your opinion is harmful to someone else, then I'll fight you. Otherwise, I am very, 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 very scared of confrontation. Like, I don't like getting in trouble with people because we have different opinions. Excuse me while I do a 5K LOL. That. I agree entirely. Winning a debate matters less to, okay. I also don't feel like we should have any kind of, you know, contention and reason to not like each other if we just have different opinions. If it doesn't affect our friendship, I don't care. You believe in whatever you believe in. I like having constructional, you know, conversations about things. I'm not saying, like, I don't like to have dialogue about certain things. I just don't, I'm not going to fight you till the bitter end about my point. I will listen to your points, acknowledge them, and you know, respect your opinions. But I'm not I'm not gonna fight you. I'll present my argument. But if we don't come to a complete agreement where one person converts their opinion, I'm not gonna fight you on it. There's no reason to do that. Yeah, I don't feel like there's too much more to say on that. You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. No, I don't feel like I have to justify myself most of the time. Obviously, because I don't really, I hold myself to a higher standard. So if I mess up, I already have to, you know, answer to myself and to God. I don't need to answer to anyone else. That's unless I physically or mentally or emotionally hurt you, yeah, then I'm going to apologize and I won't justify it. If I did something wrong, I'm not going to justify it. Shouldn't justify it. Where was I going with this sentence? Oh yeah. But I hold myself accountable. Especially if I did something wrong, I tend to hold myself accountable. So no, I don't really usually justify myself to other people. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. Nope. My work environment, like my physical at work environment my desk is pristine because I don't want people to think I'm a slob, and it looks better professionally. But at home and my YouTube work environment, nope. Super messy. All kinds of messy. I am an absolute cluttered mess. You do not mind being at the center of attention. Okay. I'm reading that question and I'm live and I'm kind of the center of your attention right now. I was a theater major for a while. I did theater for 6 years of my life. I did performing arts for 14, 15, 16, maybe 16 years of my life. Yeah. No. I'd say I'm okay with being the center of attention. Do I actively seek being the center of attention? No. Because of my being socially awkward, if I'm in a room or at a party, I'm that person hanging in the corner with the dog or the cat. I like both. I'm that person hanging in the corner with the pet, not really talking to people. So, no, I don't want to be the center of attention if it's like a big group of people. I never really wanted to be, you know, center stage, everyone look at me. I'm the lead in the play. I don't care. I like to be involved in the arts, but I don't need to be the center of the arts. So yeah, I'm comfortable being at the center of attention. I don't seek it. I think that made sense. If it didn't, let me know. If you have any questions or you think I'm wrong about myself, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you have to say because, good Lord, I don't know me. You consider yourself more practical than creative. Come on, guys. We all know. Not practical. Not practical at all. I'm doing a live stream at 10 o'clock at night. Not practical. I would like to think I have a little common sense, like more than the not people that have no common sense, but I don't have a lot of common sense. Wait, let me get my dossier for you. Haha. Ha ha ha. Alright, but yeah, I'm more, and obviously I don't want to call me creative, but like I do a lot more artsy things. Singing, theater, movies, writing, media, blah blah blah, all of the arts. So physical art, you know, all of the arts. So yeah, my head's in the clouds more than it should be. It's just who I am. People can rarely upset you. Most of the time I would say that they don't upset me. Reason I say that is because people make comments all the time, and I hear people talk about me all the time. And is it annoying? Yeah. Does it hurt? No. You have your opinion of me. Okay. If you don't like me, go find someone else you like. I don't care. I don't know why do you care about me if you don't like me? then just don't be around me. Don't interact with me enough to have an opinion. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care. The only time people really, like, can actively upset me is if, one, they do something towards someone else, or two, okay, I'm gonna change this because I just thought of something. If you disrespect anyone, including me, if you're disrespectful, that is when I get upset with people. That is the moment. That is my breaking point. I can take a lot of stuff. Like, and I don't mean disrespect like you diss me. I mean you actively talk down to someone. This is, again, back to the point where I said everyone is equal. If you so much as look down at another human being at all, I won't get in your face. I will respectfully, very respectfully, look at you and say, you need to get off of your high horse, because we're all the same. We all have different personalities. I'm not saying we're all the same in that way, in that regard. I am saying we are all on the same level. Same level. You don't talk down to me, I don't talk down to you. That's just how it goes. You might know a little bit more about a subject, but you can explain something in a different subject that you know more about without being condescending. You don't use the words sweetie or honey or hun and be all passive aggressive like, oh honey, I know a little more than, no, do not. Don't snap at people. Ooh, you snap at someone to get their attention, I'm gonna end you. I will, nope. So yeah, that's where I get upset with people. Most of the other times, though, I'm fine. I don't really care. You can call me fat all day long. You can call me ugly all day long. And I'm just like, well, I mean, are you telling me something I don't know? I'm kidding. Please, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. I do a lot of self-deprecating humor. It's what I do. I'm sorry. However, I already have low opinions of myself. I'm working on having better ones. But you telling me, I've heard it all before. Back in the day, people really did upset me. Learned to let it not. So it's good. It's all good. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. Here's another one. But my horse is amazing. No, I get the reference, but no. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. I really like improvisational trips. Like, hey, let's just go do a thing. But if we're doing a trip where there has to be specific plans, like you're going see a movie or a concert, or you told other people you're going to be there at a certain time. If the people I'm traveling with aren't taking the initiative to do the things in the right time, yeah, that bothers me. I am super time oriented. I know it doesn't seem like it, but like if I've made a commitment to other people to be a certain place, or we have to be a certain place in order to see like a concert or a show or something, and this is kind of the theater part of me. I would get to, you have to get to the theater so far in advance to get ready for a show. I would get there before cast call, like 30 minutes before cast call, because I just need to buffer out, because I don't like the anxiety I get from feeling rushed. So I just don't rush. I make sure that there's always plenty of time. And when other people don't do that, I jump up and I take initiative. So I make the travel plans. I make sure that there's an itinerary and we need to be here at this time and we can go and do this for a little bit, but then we need to go and do that at that time. Like, but I'm not bossy about it, but I do try to keep things on track. So yeah, plans are good to have when you need them. But usually I just like improv trips. Like if it's just, hey, let's just all go to the beach for the weekend. Heck yeah, I love doing that kind of thing. But if someone needs to take the reins, I can. So I'm going to slightly disagree. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. That's a strong disagree. One of the things, and I say this very lightly, One of the things I pride myself on is really being able to listen and empathize with people. Not sympathize. Never sympathize. Empathize. Because I don't know what, I can't pretend I understand what you're going through. Cannot pretend I understand what you're going through. But I do feel like I empathize really well. And I'm able to help people vent in that regard. I try not to be a fixer. And I'm usually pretty good at that. I like just to console. Because sometimes you just don't want a fixer. You just want someone who's there to hear out what you have to say and what's wrong. Just so it's out. It's like letting out all the bad. And sometimes you don't want someone to spout it back at you with solutions, because it still makes you just think about it and dwell on it, and you just want to let it go. And yeah. So I'm gonna say I very much disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. No. It can if something drastic happens, like something very drastic happens. But I'm pretty mellow most of the time. And lately I've been very happy, so there hasn't been very much variation off of, you know, up here. It might go like here, but it hasn't done this, which is good. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty mellow. This could take a bit. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Oh boy. What do you guys think on this one? Honestly, because this is a morality question that's very difficult. Understand, truth is always, for me, it's always the most important thing. However, there are circumstances, very specific circumstances, where it's better to be sensitive to people's feelings. And for instance, and this is just kind of a minor one, you know that, like, you and I, hopefully, children, plug your ears, you and I know that Santa Claus doesn't exist. That's the truth. But we're not gonna go tell little nephew, Johnny, whoever, that there's no Santa, because it would crush him. No. You're just not. So obviously and that's just a really mini circumstance, because I don't want to get too deep into this, but there are points where you need to be more sensitive to people, but truth should almost always outweigh it. So mostly agree. Those who are never proven wrong never learn to be right. I agree to a point. People's sensitivities, it depends on what kind of sensitivity we're talking about. If we're just talking about getting butt hurt, no. But if we're talking about someone who it's going to emotionally scar them, that's different. That's very different. I only imagined talking to adults, but that's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep in mind, there's a variety of people out there. There's a large variety of people. Not that, and I know we are all equal, but some people can't handle things as well as others, and you have to keep that in mind. And you also have to keep kind of the social construct of what's right and what's wrong in mind too. You can't overstep boundaries, because you might know the truth about, you know, John and Mary Smith's, you know, affair happening on both sides, and you know the truth, but they don't, and you could tell them, but you don't know them. How do you step across that line? Because there's a line in the sand that do you cross that line to tell them? Because is that your business? Is it your place to tell them? You don't know them. And I don't really know. That's something I kind of teeter-totter on, because when is it right? You know, that's something I would seek counsel on before making a choice, but that's just me. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. That's very false. That's very, very false. Considering I do YouTube, if I just kind of went willy-nilly and didn't care what I did, and then you guys, you know, watched it. That's not good. I actually, this is actually kind of to do with something I talked about pretty recently. I didn't mean for this to get so serious. I do apologize. This is actually kind of a positive thing to, sorry, I just hit the mic. This is kind of a positive thing to think about. The smallest things that you do, all of us do. The smallest things that we do affect everyone around us. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this all of the time, because sometimes you're just having a really, really bad day and you can't bring yourself to smile. But sometimes just smiling throughout the day, smiling at strangers, can impact so many more people than you realize. Just smiling at one person can start a chain reaction of just spreading smiles throughout a whole community. Just one smile to another. That's it. Because once you smile at another person, you might have brightened their day. They might have been having a pretty bad day, but you smiled at them. You might not even know them, but you smiled at them. And it just made them feel a little better. Like the world isn't out to get them. There is still some good out there. And so they might smile at someone else. And in turn, that person then smiles at someone else, and it keeps going. And though, I mean, obviously it's not, it's in theory, and it doesn't have a perfect cycle, but if you can start it, start it. Don't always be a negative Nelly, because you might actually be able to do something for someone else with just a smile. We all have this capability to impact people, everyone. No, you don't have to have a YouTube channel where you talk to people. You don't have to stand up on a soapbox and shout at people to make an impact. You just sitting in a library reading a book, you're impacting someone. Maybe someone else is walking by and thinking, oh man, I really should study today. They wouldn't have thought it otherwise. Like, you know, but then if you look up at someone and just smile, just one action can impact so many people. So many people. So yeah, I always take in consideration what I do is going to affect someone else. I always try to. Because if you weren't here, just, I'm not talking about the metaphoric you. If you weren't here, everything around you would be like everything in the community around you would be different. Everything. Every one of us makes a major impact, whether we know it or not. I believe that with all of my heart. So, anyway, that answers that. Every stone cast causes a ripple. Exactly. You know, the butterfly effect that we've heard 1,000 times. That. I don't know why I had to do the butterfly effect. I don't know. I don't know what that face was either. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes to a methodical, organized approach. I think this upload schedule and my lack of adhering to it has really proven that. We're going to move on because I think that answers itself. You are often envious of others. Okay. Reason it's not more disagree. The reason it's not disagree to a stronger point. I am not a jealous or envious person. However, I do look at others who I have a major amount of respect for and think, wow, they've worked so hard for what they have. I hope I can do the same and have what they have one day. It's never vindictive and vicious, but I do look at other people and think, man, I hope I get there one day. That is a type of envy. It's not a green and really angry envy, but it is an envy. So I will say I do some, but I'm not an aggressively envious person. Like, I don't look at someone else, even like body types. Like, if I look at another really attractive girl, I'm not going to be like, oh, why does she get to be beautiful? Like, that's not who I am. Like, I don't look at people looking for things that I want, I think is what I'm trying to get at. I look at people I respect and what I would like to achieve someday, and I kind of envy it in that way. But I'm never like, why does she get it and I don't? Like, that's never how that's supposed to work. So, I don't know, that's just me. An interesting book or video game is often better than, often better than a social event. Yeah. I don't, you can ask anyone who went to college with me, or goes to college with me. I guess I'm still in college. I don't social. I don't. There would be parties all the time, and I never went. I think I went to like 3 parties in all of my time away for school. And the rest of the time, for the other 4,000 parties that there were, I was in my dorm playing either video games or watching a Netflix binge or catching up on this new YouTuber I just found. Yeah. That's basically what I would do all the time. It's much better. Much better. I don't really like socializing if I can avoid it. Like, I like to socialize sometimes, but most of the time, nah, it's not for me. This, for me, doesn't count as socializing. I don't know why. Like, I can talk to you guys all day long, and just, even with, like, you know, the chat going, like, I like hearing from you guys through the chat. Face to face, though, I might have a little bit of a panic attack. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. I cannot tell you how many artistic projects I have that are completely, I'm going to actually change that up one more, are completely improvisational. Entirely improvisational, because, like the Spring Clean Sing, yeah. Spring Clean Sing, which is one of the other videos on my channel, is probably the one I'm the most proud of, to be completely honest. That one was almost completely improvisational. The only, like, scripted thing that I had was, like, bits. Like, I wrote, bed making bit, possible song. There was a vacuuming bit that didn't make it into the final in this song. Shelf cleaning bit, you know. And I had, like, a list. That was a great one. Oh, thank you. I really liked that one. I really did. That was probably one that'll always kind of hold a special place in my heart, because it was, like, my first skit. So, I don't know. But, that was as most planned as that one got. Everything else was, this would be a good camera shot for that. Let's do that. And how about we add this here? And, oh, you know, it would be a better song. Like, nothing was ever really planned. So I would have to say no. I mean, I do develop plans, but I try so hard to stick to them. I try very hard, but I don't stick to plans well. And I guess that goes back to the adaptability thing. Because I am able to adapt, but I never plan well unless I have to. Again, going back to, if no one else will make the plan, I will. But if it's just me, I'm probably not going to make a plan. So yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. No. I live in a fantasy world. My whole life is me living in a fantasy world. So, you know, whatever. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking in nature. Yeah. I mean, it might be, me, like, getting lost in how pretty the nature is sometimes, but a lot of times it'll be, man, that scenario, what if that happened? What if I had said that? Oh, what if this happened and then that happened? Like, immediately. I'm just gone, thoughts gone off on the breeze. They're just gone, dancing, just prancing away. That's what my head does. I don't know why it does what it does. I don't really know. If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. Email, no. I think this test was made before texting was a big thing. Text-wise, I would still say kind of no, because, like, if I send you, hey, what's your favorite kind of cheese? and you don't respond for like 4 hours, I'm just gonna assume you're busy doing something, because the question I asked you wasn't pressing or important, or anxiety driven. Now if I asked you out on like a movie date and you didn't respond, I start to overthink, because I overthink everything. Everything. So I try not to, like, I don't really overthink most text messages, but if it's something very pressing, yeah, then I'm like, what, did I say something wrong? Did I read signs wrong? What did I do wrong? Everything is wrong. What did I do? Like, then I start going into overdrive, because I do, especially with social things, I seriously overthink everything. So I'm gonna say slightly agree, but not very much agree. All right. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart. Okay. Yes. Because in my opinion, kindness makes more of an impact than smarts. Not all the time. As far as the average person goes, I find kindness helps more than brains. That's just me. My parents wanted both. They got a really nice dumb child. Me, not my sisters, me. They got a really nice, terribly dumb child. I don't know. I'm not terribly dumb, but I'm pretty dumb. Anyway. You do not let other people influence your actions. I don't let other people's opinions of me influence my actions. I do, however, like to take other people's wise words and thoughts into account before I make decisions. Like, if there's someone I respect, like a family member, a friend, or, you know, just someone who I find is doing really well in life, and they have something of value to say, I take their words into consideration and then make an action. I'm gonna say slightly disagree. I mean, I do make a lot of decisions on, you know, based on myself, but like based on like my thinking and feeling, because I don't talk to people a lot, but when I do take people, like, I really take in people's considerations. So your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. I like to YouTube, and I'd like to eventually, you know, impact more people. So, realistically, it's not a realistic thing. I'd love it to be, not a realistic thing. I wanted to do theater for a really long time. Not a very realistic thing. I kind of live in a fantasy world, and I like it here. It makes me happy, so whatever. It's fine. I like living in my fantasy world. Don't judge me. I've yet to see that dumb child you speak of. You just stick around for a little bit. You'll see her. It does not take you much time to get started. Ugh. I can English. Let's see. There's the English. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activities at your new workplace. That's a disagree. Until someone like actively is like, come to the thing, I'm like, no. So no, I'm gonna say no. You are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Yeah, most of the time. I can carefully plan. I really can. If I am asked or needed to. Sips tea. I can wait. Well, hope you got a lot of tea. Let's see. Actually, you don't need much tea. That didn't make any sense. You don't need much tea because it'll probably happen in a few minutes. See, that was dumb right there. All right. Anyway, natural improviser. Most of the things I do are very, very improvised, which sucks because you would think I'd be good at improvisational comedy, and I'm not. I love improv comedy, and I have so much respect for people who can do it. It's actually like my favorite comedy form. but I'm terrible at it. 100% terrible. Like, I can't tell you how many times my theater instructors would do these improv, you know, warm-ups and like, let's do these, you know, performances with improv. And I'm like, no, because I just can't. But as far as like doing things improvisationally, yeah, I can make things up as I go. But I do carefully plan if I need to. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that through this test, but I do. Yeah. Your emotions control you more than you control them. No. I'm usually pretty good about reining myself in again after a bad bout of emotions. Like, if something really bad happens, I'll let it out for a little bit. I'll cry, get it out, pull it back in, and I might still be a little bitter, but I don't want to say, I bottle. I do really, really bottle, but it's my way of controlling and making sure that everything's okay. And so I throw it back into the bottle, and I just don't worry about it. I got it. Like, that's what I do. But yeah. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress up or role play activities. Yeah. Role play, I love Dungeons and Dragons. Love that game to no end. I wish I could find another campaign. I freaking love Dungeons and Dragons. And I mean, if I do have to go to a social event, I love like doing like cosplay stuff. Like, cosplaying is so fun. I don't have the money to do like really good cosplays. I have so much respect for people who can. But like my sisters and I, every year we kind of do like a home 5th edition, not 5th edition, 4th edition. I really like 4th edition. 5th edition's okay. I just feel like they took away a lot of the free reign that 4th had. I liked 4th edition best. 3.5 was okay. You enjoy going to social events. Oh yeah. My sisters and I every year do what we call SibCon, which is Sibling Con, and we do it every year around when I think the San Francisco Comic-Con happens. Because we can't go to the Comic-Con because we're broke. We are very, very broke. And so we kind of do our own like at-home one, and it's always a lot of fun, and I love getting into costume because it's nerdy and enjoyable and it's just great. So yeah, I really enjoy that. My nerd is showing, but I don't really conceal that, so it doesn't matter. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas all the time. Again, I live in a fantasy world. The like converse, like I imagine all of like the impossible scenarios that could happen in my head, like meeting some of my heroes and like what I'd say, and like, you know, that's not gonna happen, but it's so much fun to do. So it's more fun to live in your own little fake reality. It's my favorite. You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. Yeah, I don't like spending the time to come up with a plan. Like, I'm all for just balls to the wall, let's do it. Like, that's all kinds of me. You are a relatively reserved and quiet person. Yeah. Other than when I'm doing, like, this YouTube, you know, fun thing. Or if I'm, like, really with a close-knit group of friends that I'm real comfortable with. No. I'm not gonna do the thing. I'm very, very quiet. I'm, again, that person in the corner playing with the puppy, or I might have been the one to bring a book to the party. So, that's me. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. God, yeah. Confrontation. I don't do it. I can't. I wouldn't be able to fire them. I'd have to be like, I'm stepping down myself. The next manager can handle this. I'm not doing this. Peace. I'm a great follower. I am not going to be a good leader because I cannot. I might be able to have a conversation and like encourage them to improve, but I'm not going to be able to be like, you're not improving. I have to let you go. If it's someone like I really care about and like you've been, you know, here for so long, but you're not doing well, I can't. I just can't. If you mean that much to me, I'm not going to be able to be mean to you. It's just who I am. I'm sorry. That's just what I do. So, you often contemplate the reasons for human existence. I mean, for me as a Christian, I know the reason for human existence. Now, our individual reason for human existence, yeah, I ponder that all the time. I ponder my reason all the time. As far as, like, overall human existence, well, I kind of have my answer as a Christian, so I don't know. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. No. Again, this is where the practical doesn't outweigh the reason, because because we're all made in order to bring light and not encouragement, bring light and praise to the Lord and serve him, but not, let me phrase this correctly. We were made as people to bring company to the Lord, to be company to the Lord. God didn't make us all mindless, perfect beings because he wanted us to have free mind and freedom of thought. Yay, I'm a battery. I don't know what you mean. But I'm sure it gets awfully lonely up there with all of the perfect beings. But anyway, we were made for, you know, the appeasement of the Lord, and not in like the, all right, I made you entertain me kind of way. I don't know. I'm not a priest. Or a pastor. I'm not good at explaining this, but our purpose. Oh, I'm a pet. Yeah, keep it up. No, we were companionship. That's the reason that we as people desire relationship so much, is because that's how we, well, again, you might not have these beliefs. I'm not preaching at you. I am not asking for you to convert. That is not what I have you here for. I'm just explaining what I believe, since someone asked. My beliefs are that we have this strong desire for relationship because that's how God designed us. We have this need for such a strong bond of love because that's what God wanted in the first place, was just this family to love. We were made to be a family to the Lord. So, yeah, we were made to be a family. A big, hilariously dysfunctional family. Now, granted, we weren't all, like, sinning in the beginning, obviously. But God knew we were gonna fall. It's just how it goes. But he wanted us to be this big dysfunctional family, and that's the point. That's the point, is to be in the family of God. And if you're a human, you're already doing that, whether you believe in God or not. So that's it. We're just the big family of the Lord. That's just me. I could have that completely wrong, but for me, that's what it is. Serve the Lord, love the Lord, be with the Lord. That's it. Anyway, keeping your options. Where did I go? Oh, logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Okay, so the reason I said I mostly disagree is because I tend to be like, you know what, I'm really feeling this, let's do it. That's kind of how starting the YouTube channel started. I didn't think this through. It was more of a, you know what, this would be fantastic, let's do it. Like, that was the whole thing. Whenever I, like, start liking someone, I, like, kind of do the, should I do it, should I do it, should I do it? Yeah, let's just do it. Like, I'll ask someone out, and I'll just do that. Like, I try not to ask people out anymore, because it usually doesn't end well. But neither here nor there. I do tend to do things more based on what I'm feeling than logically. Not the best thing, but I do tend to follow my heart more than anything else. So, keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. If your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest yes. I can, if you want answers, if you want solutions, I got a list ready. But I won't say them until you ask. Until you say the words, what do I do? What should I do? I ain't gonna give you any opinions. Just not gonna do it. You don't want those unless you ask for them. I'm here to give you a shoulder to cry on. I'm a soundboard. Whatever you need to say, I won't repeat it. I just want you to be okay. I will console you all night long. If you ask for help, then I will help. That's what it does. Now, you don't have to ask me to console you. If I can tell you're upset, then the first 3 seconds, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it? You say no? All right, I'm gonna let it go. That's it. That's who I am. That's how it go. That's just it. That's just how it go. All right. Next question. You rarely feel insecure. How are we defining insecure? Because as far as like secure financially, I'm always insecure. Although lately it's been a little better. As far as a life plan, I'm a little more secure than I have been in the past. But insecure as far as I don't feel good about myself, I am constantly insecure. So I am gonna say agree, because most of the time I'm overthinking who I am, what am I doing, am I good enough? I'm never good enough. I always feel like I'm not good enough. So yeah, I am insecure. I'm gonna make that a strongly agree. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. No explanation needed. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. I'm sorry, Pixie's knocking at the door, so I'm not really reading the question. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Oh, yeah, no, disagree. That's not even up for debate. If you're trying to get a project done and you can't move past this point, I'm not going to fight you to the end. We need to get this done. That's just it. Yeah. You think that everyone's views should be respected, regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. Yeah. Even if you're wrong, whatever. Have your opinion. Don't hurt someone else. Don't harm someone else and hurt their opinions and hurt their rights with your opinion. But have your opinion all the same. I don't care. Just don't hurt anyone. You feel more energetic after spending time with a group. Okay. If there is like 1 or 2 people, and I don't mean this to offend anyone, there's 1 or 2 people that I can spend time with nonstop and not have a problem. Everyone else, I love you all dearly, has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. I just cannot handle extreme amounts of social situations. I just can't. I just cannot. I need to recharge and recuperate. I just need to breathe again. And I don't breathe well with other people. So it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with this crazy brain of mine. So that's all. That being said, that's how it is. You frequently misplace your things. Not as often as other people I know. However, if it's something like my phone or my keys or my debit card, happens a little too often. Maybe not as bad as it could be, but it does happen more than it should. So, I'm gonna let my dog in because she's driving me nuts. So give me a sec. I apologize because she's crazy. Alright, Tex, come on. You're gonna bark and knock at the door the whole time. Alright. Next question. Sorry. Alright. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. Most of the time. Most of the time, yes. There are times when that answer is no. Extreme conversation. I don't know. Oh, yeah, no. Do you see where I left my head? Oh, yeah, no, I lose my head all the time. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. Yeah, most of the time, I'm pretty much on the same mellow plane. That doesn't vary very often. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Good God, yeah. I cannot tell you, like, in the past 4 hours, how many, like, ideas and things I want to try and do and things I need to, like, just do right now and all these fun things. And I never can, like, write them down fast enough. And, oh, so many things. My head never stops turning. Sometimes I think I should have been tested for ADHD. Maybe not ADHD. I don't think I'm hyperactive. Maybe ADD. I should have been tested for that, but whatever. That's just how it goes. You would not call yourself a dreamer. I live my life on dreams. Like, my whole existence is on, like, focused on, like, going after dreams and dreaming about what it could be. Not the best thing, because you want to live for the present, and I'm getting better at that, but I do constantly live for the what ifs, and not like the what if I had, but the what if this could happen. So I live for the what could be's, and I chase after them with everything in me. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Is it scripted? If it's scripted, it's fine. Like, I can theater all day long in front of a group of people. That's fine. Theatering's fine. But improvisation, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth at some point. I'm gonna say something. Someone's not gonna like it, then, but you know, that's how it goes. I'm gonna disagree. Most of the time I'm fine. I think, like, I could talk to a group of people in the same room after it would take me a few seconds to, like, get over the nerves. But once I start talking, I think I'd be okay. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. No. Yeah. I would say I rely quite a bit on my imagination, because I like the way I think things through isn't really based on experience, but on how I think the other, like, the situation's going to evolve. Whether it be based on experience or not. Sometimes I base things on experience. Like, every time I have any kind of romantic feelings for anyone, I base it on experience, which is not what you're supposed to do. But it's what I do. So, you worry too much about what other people think. No, because I'm a nerd, and I don't really... you can tell whether, I mean, I'm not wearing a nerd shirt now, but most of the time I'm in jeans and a t-shirt. Yeah. I don't usually care about what people think. I do sometimes, like, for caring about what they, like, if they have actual critiques for things that I'm working on, I care. And if they're, you know, they're actually caring to try and help me, I care. But, if they're just being pessimistic and rude, no. I don't care. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. Yeah. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do anything. Yeah. But this is always a really stupid sentence to say. I do feel like I work better under pressure sometimes, because I have this, like, way of really getting into, like, creative overdrive when there's, like, a super limited time limit. But that's me. That's just who I am. I once got an A+, like an A+ on a project that I didn't do until 2 weeks after the due date. Not my proudest moment. Still pretty proud. But yeah, I procrastinate. It's what I do. It's not a good thing. I'm working on doing better at that. But I do procrastinate. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. No, I've gotten, like, I used to be. Who I used to be. Like, that used to be me to a T. But I've really come to pull myself back before I get too into, like, start throwing my head into overdrive. So yeah, I would say no. Mostly no. Kind of no. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than powerful. Yeah. I don't like power. I don't want power. I don't want any kind of power. And I don't like not being liked. I mean, if you don't like me, whatever. I would rather it if you liked me. But if you don't, okay. Okay. But I don't want power. If I had to choose between the two, I'd much rather you like me than for me to control anything that you do. The only power that I want is power over my own life. So that's it. That's all I want. Power over my own existence. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things. Movies, book, art. Yeah. Yeah. You often take initiative in social situations. No. I will if I have to, but no. Okay, so I am an INFP-A. Don't know what that means. So I am 67% introverted. That's what I thought. I am 87% intuitive, as opposed to observant. That's very true. Nature. I am 81% feeling. Yeah. Tactics. I am 92% prospecting. I don't judge people at all. And then this trait reflects an approach to work, planning, and decision making. Yeah. And then identity. I am more assertive than turbulent. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. So I am confident in my abilities, mostly. So yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Start reading. Mediator personality type. That makes sense. I have always kind of been the mediator between people in, like, situations. So that really does make a lot of sense. I'm not going to read all of this. Mediators, you may know: William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, and Johnny Depp. Yeah, these are accurate. Julia Roberts, Lisa Kudrow, Tom Hiddleston. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Frobo. Oh, it's Frobo. Frobo is that's awesome. That's awesome. Anne of Green Gables. Fox Mulder. These are awesome. These are awesome. Ah! Oh, I love all of these. Oh, this is great. I like seeing Anna Karenina. I need to read Anna Karenina. But that's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, I loved that. Oh, that was so fun. Okay, cool. Well, that made me happy. So cool. That's a little bit more to know about me. If you have anything that you would like to add to that you think that I might have missed, or things that you disagree with, make sure to put a little comment below, and I want to hear about it. Also, if you haven't already, make sure, if you want to come back and see some more things, maybe you should subscribe. Maybe. I mean, you don't have to. I just think you might want to. I don't know. Also, if you want to see more stuff like this, or just if you thought this was kind of enjoyable, hit the like button. You don't have to. Believe me, I don't really care. It's just something you can do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was just fun to do. And it was kind of fun to do it in a live stream. I kind of enjoyed that, and getting the interaction with you guys and hearing what you guys had to say about the questions. So leave a comment if you are watching this later, and I'll try and reply and get back to you, and we can maybe have a little bit of a dialogue on how you would have answered some of these questions. But anyway, that's going to be all for me tonight. Just know that that KFO's always proud of you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye.